Hello, my name is Noah Navarrete Alvarez. Have you ever been scrolling through social media or looking online and stumbled across an article talking about a ruling the Supreme Court made or a bill the legislative branch wants to pass? I know for myself, I like to doom scroll a lot on Instagram or TikTok. I end up stumbling across lots of political topics that I find interesting and feel strongly about that I want to talk to other people about. One of these topics ended up being a ruling the Supreme Court made as of 2 or 3 months ago, on the court case surrounding Trump, where the Supreme Court ruled that presidents have immunity for official acts. I found this really interesting and want to talk to this about. I want to talk to this to the peers around me, alongside people my age, my friends, whoever. Most people I approached gave me a response where they didn't really want to talk about politics. They had no interest in it and had no intention to humor any topic surrounding it. It made me realize that not it made me realize that not many people want to be informed or want to go out their way to talk about something and discuss it. Which brings me to my main point of this. I believe everyone should be politically active and be willing to have a civil discussion on politics. Now, okay, when I say politically active, what do I mean? Do I mean voting? Do I mean participating in protests? Do I mean vocalizing your opinion online? And why should you even care as the audience member? Politically active, in my eyes, means to formulate your own opinions and to conduct your own research, rather than being charmed or swayed by any political figure or official. As these figures and people like to misconstrue information and spew misinformation. It's not harmful to listen to them, but you have to formulate and conduct your own research and verify what they say being true. Research. As in the article, I'm sorry. As in the article, discrediting moves in political debate proceeding of Second International Workshop on User Model for Motivational System, the Effective and the Rational Roots Persuasive, we're told it references the words of Aristotle of how we tend to be persuaded, which is through logos, pathos, and ethos. Logical explanation, emotional appeal, and character. The strongest appeal is character. As char- the strongest appeal when talking about politics is character, as characters oftenly discredited and very much disconstructed whenever we're in the political sphere. As the most common way for political officials to tackle their rivals or to make themselves appeal better than them is to discredit their character by saying actions or informations that might be misconstrued or not totally accurate. Right? Yeah. Misconstrued, not totally accurate. Yep. And another thing people should be very careful of when trying to inform themselves is to be careful for biased news sources. There's lots of heavily biased media out there. An example of one of these medias would be Fox News. As an article of Fox News, how an anti-Obama fringe set the stage for Trump, we are shown. It talks about how future president, since this occurred in 2008, reality TV star and real estate agent Donald Trump appears on the Fox News program. He spews and tirades on Obama throughout this program and oftenly zeroes in on a false claim that Obama was born in Kenya. And this is an example of ethos. Trump is trying to discredit the character of Obama while bolstering his own, capturing the audience of Fox News that is heavily biased towards Republican or anti people who are anti-Obama. We're not sure how to feel about him. Yeah, they were anti-Obama. Weren't sure how to feel about him. To sum it up, you have to formulate your own opinions. You have to formulate your own opinions, inform yourself accurately, and make sure you aren't misconstrued by strong speakers, as they as they persuade you by discrediting their political rivals alongside other things. Political activism is to inform and to formulate your own opinions. Despite this, despite being politically active, people should also be willing to do one more thing: to have a civil discussion. This entails discussing. This entails having a civil. And civil discussion entails being willing to discuss a political topic with someone and listen to them, hear them out. Be willing to give feedback or your own opinion, and also be willing to listen to them and understand their side. Understand the concerns and fears they have while also presenting your own. Political discussion, a civil discussion means you do not discredit the other side. This is not about winning a debate, it's about having a discussion where you want to understand, learn, and proceed forward. Which an example of what's not a political discussion and just misconstrues misinformation or civil discourse would be a tweet that Elon Musk tweeted, where he had a tweet where it had lots of positive for the Republican platform and a single thing that comprised the Democrat platform, which was hate for Donald Trump. This does not help in civil discussion, as all it sows is negativity. All it sows is discourse and and arguments. And this was the worry of President George Washington, the very first president of the United States, George Washington. His biggest worry was that the country would be divided between parties and partisanship, where people in the political sphere would be more focused on their loyalties and ties to the party rather than the present issues on hand, alongside focusing on getting power. And this is how the state of America has been for a while. We see this in the article called Political Parties, where it discusses George Washington's role in the foundations of America, alongside his long concern that ends up affecting the current political day of America, were comprised of parties. It's comprised of parties, and it's comprised of parties that are stuck bickering and arguing with each other. To sum it up, my main point of this is you have to be willing to discuss and willing to hear out another person, willing to change your opinion and willing to explain why you formulated that opinion. Having an open mind with another person rather than shutting them down and just discrediting their opinions. It is necessary to discuss things. And this brings me to my main point. Being politically active is being informed and willing to conduct your own research. It also means being able to have another conversation with someone without shutting them out. Without shutting them out, alongside being willing to listen to their perspective and their points. Informed. I believe people should be informed on the current on the current state of today's political climate or political sphere, and be willing to discuss it as well. Willing to learn and to move forward, as talking is the best way to move forward. And a call to action I would give to people is just make sure you can formulate your own opinions and you feel confident in them. Those opinions are your own and not somebody else's.